Community Viewpoint.
And welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. And we have the good fortune today of having with us an environmental scientist from Beck Environment. Her name is Rachel Schlick, and she's going to be talking about something called the Brownfields project. She's going to describe what it is and how it affects us and what we need to know about that. So I'd like to introduce Rachel to you. Rachel? Hello. And so what is brownfield? What are brownfields? That's better. Yes.
So the technical definition of a brownfield, and I'm going to read it with some legal exclusions, is a real property, the expansion, redevelopment, or reuse of which may be complicated by the presence or potential presence of hazardous substances, pollutants, or contaminants. And what that means is a piece of land that is either contaminated or perceived to be contaminated, with some exclusions, has a chance of qualifying as a brownfield.
Okay, and it could be polluted by fuel, what else, residue from herbicides, chlorine.
Former laundromats, former gas stations with underground storage tanks, former mine sites that are on private land, for example. All kinds of chemicals are introduced in the mining process, everything from cyanide to mercury to sulfuric acid, and all of those could potentially affect the health and the environment of the people who are in the area.
And your group has not only Pahrump, but what is the area that you service?
Well, I work with Beck Environmental,
right.
And Beck Environmental has been fortunate enough to work with Nye County since Nye County started working on Brownfields programs in 2002.
Right.
So over the history, Nye County has expanded their Brownfield program to include a coalition. In 2011, it expanded to include Esmeralda County, Lincoln County, and White Pine County in Nevada, and historically crossed state boundaries, and Inyo County, California was also invited to be part of the coalition. The coalition is called the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition.
And what do we have to know about that? We have to have, do we have any contact people locally?
Absolutely. I should mention, though, in 2014, the coalition expanded to include Mineral County in Nevada as well. So that's the current group.
That's a huge area.
It is.
Yes.
More than 60% of the area of Nevada is covered.
Okay. And if we wanted to talk to somebody from there, we have two people that are involved with that? And there they are up there?
So Lorena Dellinger is the RDSBC, the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition Program Manager, and John Klenke is the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition Technical Coordinator for Nye County. If you're watching and you are in a different county, you can go to the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition's website at www.rdsbc.org/contact us. You can see it on the screen, I believe, and look up your specific county representative to determine who to call. Or you can always call me. I'm available at 702-304-9830, and I'm always happy to talk about potential brownfields as well to help facilitate the process through the coalition.
So if we remediate these brownfields, what are some of the benefits for Nye County?
So speaking globally about benefits, of course, we're looking at the improved health and environmental outcomes. We want to protect the people who are in our communities. But we can also speak more specifically about actual projects that have taken place. And I'm going to turn my notes over. But through the program, several outcomes are associated with both benefits for southern Nye County. First and foremost, I think that the renewable energy resource maps were developed in conjunction with the Department of Energy. And this is a program that looks at the capabilities for each land location's ability to produce renewable energy, whether it's photovoltaic powder, concentrating solar, geothermal, all of those are put together in one map while also comparing that with access to transmission lines so that potential developers can have the siting of their projects facilitated by already having this analysis done. So through the renewable energy resource maps that were developed for Nye County, for example, it helps to site projects like the Crescent Dunes project outside of Tonopah or the Sunshine Valley project in Amargosa. Things like that that are producing together more than 200 megawatts of electricity have been facilitated through efforts of the Brownfields program.
We had some pictures of those. Did you show the?
These renewable energy maps are focused on several different types of renewable energy resources. We've got concentrating solar power, photovoltaic solar power, biomass potential, wind power potential, geothermal potential, and of course access to transmission lines, which all help to inform potential developers site the location of their projects in Nye County. If you're interested in this poster and would like to see it in more detail, I again invite you to go to the Coalition's website at rdsbc.org, where you can download your own copy on Nye County's page.
Very good. And then I think it says in your document here 7 assessments on 25 sites in Pahrump alone. So this has been an ongoing thing since 2002?
Since 2002, sites have been assessed, 7 specifically in Pahrump, at 7 assessments at 25 locations in Pahrump alone. Across Nye County, that number increases exponentially. We don't have time to discuss each project in specific detail.
But there's one that everybody remembers, the Pink Motel. Up in Tonopah?
Yes, the Pink
Motel.
Motel.
Because I remember that, because I remember Wade Lesky, our former sheriff, used to have coffee there in the morning, and I had seen him up there a few times. That's where it used to be. It used to be across the street. And what is that now?
So the Pink Motel was demolished, and what it is now is the Tonopah Volunteer Fire Station. That beautiful brick building you see was part of the redevelopment process. In addition, on the parcel, you have a pocket park where the farmers market takes place.
Oh, okay.
And in front, if you look at the screen, it's a little small. Oh, it's a little small, but you can see the Tesla supercharger charging stations lining the parking area, which is a great addition, and those were just installed this year in 2016. So this redevelopment process has kind of come full circle from 2002 to 2016.
So that's called the what's it called?
A Tesla supercharger electric vehicle charging station.
But it's the Electric Highway Initiative.
It's actually separate from the Nevada's Electric Highway Initiative.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a little separate. They're different programs, but it's the same ultimate goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll juice up your car before it runs out of electricity.
Right. Ideally, they can come further south. There's more electric charging stations in Beatty, and hopefully they keep continuing to install them.
And what else can we look forward to with the Brownfields? There'll be training for people here too?
Nye County was recently awarded its 3rd Environmental Workforce and Job Training Grant. We're looking forward to seeing what programs are developed through this grant.
And it's for people who are underemployed or not employed also, that it gives them the ability to get certificates and get training for the brownfields, asbestos removal, other things also. I believe they get certificates for that.
They do. The one class that's required is a 40-hour HAZWOPER course, which of course is a very useful certification to have for a prospective employee. And the other classes can be tailored to meet the employer's needs in the area. So I'm looking forward to see how that works out. Okay,
and that'll be coming up next year. Oh, that'll be 2 days from now. That's the 2017. And spring, that might occur?
I don't have information to speak on that.
Okay. Anything else we should know while we're here?
Well, we talked about the Pink Motel, but that's up in Tonopah.
Right.
Here in Pahrump, we also have the Calvada Eye.
And we have a picture of that. There was issue with that also?
Yeah, so the Calvada Eye, everyone knows where that is. The building, the buildings there were assessed through the program and were found to contain asbestos and lead-based paint. They have since been remediated, protecting the health and safety of the Nye County staff that works there every day.
I remember that. Okay, all right. Okay, that was another thing that from the Brownfields. And what else?
A third project to highlight, kind of a different direction because it's not involving a building, are the Beatty Habitat Trails, which involved a lot of cooperation with multiple stakeholders because several parcels were pieced together to develop this green space for Nye County residents to enjoy to get out in the world.
And that's interesting because we work with different parcels, getting rid of salt cedars up there too. And we have to deal with different landowners there too. So I can understand that.
Yes.
So, and that one is, what is that? Is that the, oh, that's the Pink Motel? That's demolishing the Pink Hotel.
Yes, the picture of the demolition is always a good thing to have.
Yes. So anyway, if you'd like to find out more about the Brownfields project and what Rachel is talking about, you can go to the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition website. That's a mouthful. And the site is down there, and we'll be hearing more about that. You've given a presentation before the commissioners, before the Southern Nye County Conservation District.
That's correct.
And anybody else?
I've given presentations to the commissioners for most of the coalition member counties and the Board of Supervisors for Inyo County. And we've also spoken with the Duckwater Shoshone Tribe, who have joined the Rural Desert Southwest Brownfields Coalition for the recently submitted third grant application. Nye County has been managing this program since 2002 and expanding into a coalition in 2011. Since 2011, over $600,000 has been spent on assessments, job training programs, and to partially fund Nye County staff positions. So clearly there's a quick to see economic benefit to continued program participation. Even if you're not participating directly in the program, the economic benefits associated with cleaning up brownfield sites don't stop at the end of the property boundary. The property values will increase for adjoining properties as well, so everyone gets lifted by participation in this program. In addition, there's indirect economic benefits as temporary workers come in and spend money in the community.
So this is a lot of information, a lot of important items. Brownfields is very important for us. It's for our future. So thank you, Rachel, for coming here today, and we appreciate you watching. And this is the last show of the year. I was wrong last week. Thank you, and have a good 2017.
Happy New Year.
Community Viewpoint.